This is the Bolder Than Most podcast, where we talk with those making bold moves in business, real estate, and life. I'm your host, Trey Jacobs. Thank you for being here. Let's jump right in. All right. Welcome back to the Bolder Than Most podcast. I'm your host, Trey Jacobs. And today, guys, we have a powerhouse, honestly. Like, she embodies girl boss. We have Vanessa Alfaro. Vanessa, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hello. I'm super excited to be here with you because, your podcast is great, but I know you for some time and this is
Yeah.
exciting for me.
I think the first time we actually met in person was at the first Peak Partnership back
In Vegas.
in Vegas. Yeah, I
Yes.
think that was the first time we met. If you guys haven't met Vanessa, like, she is just, oh man, the energy that she has, it's incredible. And it's super exciting because this year she's actually going back to Peak Partnership and is speaking on stage. I mean, super excited for that. What are you speaking about?
What is it that we're speaking about?
If I had to guess, I would say it's AI, because if you don't know Vanessa is the queen of AI right now.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be speaking about AI and AI on multifamily, whatever would be interested for people to hear about multifamily. I'm still trying to figure it out exactly. Okay.
Right.
But it's definitely AI for multifamily.
Yeah. Why should people tune into that? Why is AI important in multifamily right now?
Well, it's only important because of the benefit that you get using it. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're at the beginning of your career, you have two big problems in order to scale your business or to actually to start your business. One is money, lack of money to fund your
Yeah.
business. And the other one is lack of resources because it's yourself, right? So it's you or your partner. So when AI come into play is because AI can actually help you to leverage without needing so much money or without needing to hire a lot of people. Okay. So that can actually make 10 hours of your time, just condense that into an hour. Okay.
Yeah.
That's extremely helpful for an entrepreneur. But even if you're not at the beginning of your career and you are in real estate and multifamily, what is important is the bottom line of the business. And the bottom line of the business is the NOI of the property and how you make money. So if you're efficient with your time, okay, and you're leveraging everybody in your business, okay, you can actually make more money even with the properties, increase your NOI, and that's the whole thing. So that's why people should care about AI, not just because it's AI, it's because the results that you can get in your business.
Right. Yeah. I use AI. I have ChatGPT. I have the premium account, but I probably am not using it to its full potential. But it is super helpful for me, and reclaiming some of my time back on these kind of tasks that could be delegated, but I just don't have the budget for it right now. But Vanessa, you are real estate, right? You do multifamily. You're doing the AI. I think you have like 12 kids now. I can't remember.
Only 5.
Only five. All right. So 5 kids. And I mean, that's a lot, right? It's a lot of labels, but I'm curious, how do you define yourself?
It's a lot of kids nowadays. Okay. Before, having 5 kids was like normal. People have 10 kids and 15 kids. I don't know. Okay. But now it's a lot just because us as a women, we decided that we want to do other things as well, that we have dreams, that we have goals in life. And in my case, my kids are part of my life. It's not everything in my life. They're part of my life. It's like having a husband. For me, my husband is not my husband or my career, my husband or my life. It is part of my life. So my kids, my husband, my career, my goals, everything is just Vanessa. So I don't feel I can be defined just as a mom, even though mom is the best title that I have. Okay.
Right.
Of course, I love my kids. I cannot really define it just as a mom or as a wife. And I respect any other women that they just want to be a mom. Right, that's fine. I mean, at the end, you have to do what makes you happy.
Right. Right.
And it makes me happy to have a career. It makes me happy to make a company. Okay. It makes me happy to do other things as well. So I teach that to my kids because
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to feel that I'm working or doing something just because I need to provide to them. Right.
Yeah.
Because at the end, kids, they don't think about this. They don't
Yeah.
want you to make money just to pay for their college. Okay. They don't want, they rather you to be playing with it.
Yeah. So my son Bryce, he's 8 years old now, and I don't know what I said to him, but I said something along the lines of this house that I'm in right now is eventually going to get passed down to him, right? So now he has this crazy sense of ownership when it comes to this house, and it sounds like you're trying to do the same thing, but with your businesses, right? Instill a sense of ownership in your kids so that they are, ready to take over when the time comes. It's so funny. He's like, Daddy, this is actually my house. I just don't own anything in it yet.
That's awesome. How old is he?
He's
7,
8. He's
8.
8 now. Yeah, second
Yeah.
grade. He's big.
He's
Yeah.
age. But my son, the one that is 10, he's talking all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Is that
and
the
he
one that was at?
the business thing. I don't know if he actually or any of my kids want to continue with this business at one point. You will never know, right?
Right.
But what I would like them to get from this is that they need to do whatever that makes them happy. So sometimes they ask me, why do you have to work? Okay. Why do you have to do this? And I just try to make them understand that I do it because it makes me happy. It's part of myself. Okay. I'm a mommy. I am also a wife and I'm also a business owner. That's what it makes Vanessa and it makes me happy. So I
Right.
don't want them to feel that I'm doing this for them because they wouldn't want me to be probably in front of the computer or talking to other people. They want me for themselves. But I want them to understand that that makes me happy. So at one point where they have a career, or even if I make millions of dollars and they're trust babies, okay, which is not the way that I'm planning to be, be done, but even if they are, I want them to do things that makes them happy.
Yeah. So how do you balance that though, right? Like I feel like some kids grow up with a sense of entitlement and a lack of motivation, right? Like even my kids, we're not rich, but we're definitely better off than most, right? And my worry is that these kids are going to be way too comfortable and it's going to eat away at their motivation when they are older. So how are you managing or balancing that?
100%, 100%. I say no to everything. It's like default answer is no. If they want something, the default answer is no. Okay, and then they go to their dad. But the way that I was raised is like my mom told me no to everything, and it was a total valid financial objection because my mom had no money.
Right.
So every time I wanted something, it was no. Like I remember my mom like literally sitting in her bed every month, counting her money in like bills. They were not like she didn't have credit cards and she would count the money. And I remember I was when probably 7 and I asked her, what are you doing? And she was like, well, this pile of money, this is for paying the electric bill. And this is for paying the rent. And this is and this is what is left. And I was like, oh, there is no money left. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember that. And she would always say no, because it was really a financial objection. She didn't have the money.
Right.
In my case, I don't say no to my kids because I don't have the money. I say no because I know that's what it will push them to move forward to whatever they want. I mean, I work, like, even at 12 years old, if I wanted to buy a new pair of jeans, I had to work.
Right.
I had to find a way to get what I wanted. Okay. And my mom will always, my mom and my dad, they will always provide like food, like house, okay, the basic stuff. Okay. But I wanted to buy something, I had to find a way. And I did. I started like doing like ventures and stuff, like, so I could get whatever I want. For my kids, I want the same thing, even though I can provide. Okay. Otherwise, they will be completely entitled. And the other thing that I do is I do have a lot of people that helps me around, not only in my businesses, but I do leverage with people as well, not only AI. So, and I do have 2 or 3 people in my house, like household employees that help me. I have my nanny that helps me for a few hours after they come
Nice.
back to school, and they clean the house. So, but I do have a rule. My kids, even though they're 3 years old kids, they have to clean up after themselves. Okay.
Right.
They have to take the place to the sink. They have to wash the dishes. Okay. They have to make their beds. And then the problem we have is that they come to me and say, like, Mommy, you don't make your bed. You don't wash
Same.
dishes. So like that does not apply because I make the money.
Right. Right. And you're from Venezuela, right?
Right.
I mean, I don't want to go too deep on this, but real quick, talk about your upbringing. What was it like growing up in Venezuela? Hey guys, my company, Paige Capital Group, is actively sourcing and buying multifamily deals. If you're looking to put your money to work, gain some tax efficiencies, and grow your portfolio while we do all the heavy lifting, go to pagecapitalgroup.com/invest. That's Paige, Paige, capitalgroup.com/invest, and someone from our team will reach out. Now, back to the show.
Venezuela is an entrepreneurial country. It's
Really?
crazy. Yeah, because everybody in Venezuela is making a business and making money. When I was there, it was like that. Like everything will make money in Venezuela. Whatever idea you have, and you would make money. It was a very prosperous country at that time, until everything went to hell after Chavez and the whole economy. But even I say this in many other podcasts. When I started my first business, my marketing company, actually the inflation was 42%.
42%.
42% the inflation.
Yeah.
And I went from I started with $100, okay, and a computer, $100 and a computer. So it was 42%, and we made millions of dollars, okay, with that company, until we had to shut it down because of X, Y, and Z issues in the country. But
when did you come to the US?
more than a decade ago.
Okay. Wow.
Actually, to Panama first. Okay. So before we have to shut down my first marketing company, we had an issue moving the money from the Venezuelan currency to the dollars. Okay, legally you couldn't do that. So we had a problem. Like the devaluation was so big that we were making millions of dollars, and then when we changed that to dollars, it was like nothing because of the devaluation.
Right.
So, and
Right.
every month it was like crazy. So we decided we need to actually expand to another country. And I went to Panama, and then I opened the company in Panama. And probably 6, 7, or 8 months later, something happened all of a sudden. Okay, and we had to shut down that company in Venezuela. I was already in Panama with the other the marketing company and another trade show company. So, and I stayed there for 7 years in Panama. And then I moved to the US when I met my husband. And then I moved to the US. He was actually here.
Yeah. I just recently met somebody from Panama, and he was telling me that that country is probably the most diverse country ever because of the canal. You just have people from all over the world that end up being there. So I don't know what they're called, Panamanian,
Yeah. Yes.
yeah, the people of Panama, they have all different complexions, right? From dark skin to light skin to white because of that fact. I thought it was super interesting. But I didn't realize you'd only been here for 10 years. Oh, sorry, say it again.
They have a big American community.
Yeah, yeah. So, and wow, I can't believe you've only been here for 10 years. Good for you. I mean, you've accomplished a lot. That is, I mean, let's be real. Like, you are a public figure, right? Like MFM, I think you do RE Mentor. A lot of people know you and a lot of people have opinions. I'm curious though, like, what do you think most people get wrong about you?
Everything.
Yeah. Break it down for me.
I this is hard. Everything. They I am not very open about my personal life. Okay. Or and I don't like actually I don't like to be the center of attention. Okay. Um I haven't been in podcasts or any of these things like just until the last year, probably. I didn't, it was not something that it was in my goals to do. I don't want to be a celebrity or not even a micro celebrity. Okay. But going back to your question, I think people get everything wrong about me. Just because, I've been doing companies since I was 22. you know
Right.
I make all my money. Okay. I'm not a trust baby. I'm not coming from a family that has money. My dad barely did high school. Okay. My mom was a teacher. So I had to work for everything that I have done. And
Right.
when I was 22, and since I had this entrepreneurial spirit, okay, forever, I said, I'm going to open a company and see what happened. And at 22, I had to deal with men that were in their 45 or in their 50s. Okay. And I had to learn how to be very strong. So people would get me serious.
Yeah.
Imagine sitting with a 24, 25 years old that is already making 10 times more money than you. Okay. But it's just 25. Like, I think about that and it's crazy for me. My oldest daughter is 23. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow, it's crazy. So I had to learn how to be really strong person. Okay.
Yeah.
Not to like, I really have like a lot from people to get to know me.
Y-
Um,
Yeah. I mean,
like,
just like adding on to that, right? Like you're dealing with people who are much older than you, and we'll be real. Like Vanessa, you're a very attractive person, right? You have blonde hair, you're tall, you're light skinned, and you have an accent, right? Like just working through all of that. I mean, what is perceived about you, but man, you just had to be so hard growing up. And I think that makes sense. I mean, is there anything else that people are getting wrong about you?
yeah, it must be so hard to grow up and being tall and blonde and beautiful. Like, people is gonna laugh about that. But it
Right.
really, it's not about being tall, blonde, or beautiful. I was actually, that I was a model. Okay.
You
Uh,
were? No
I,
way.
yes,
I'm gonna look that up after this. That's gonna be the thumbnail for this.
I was a model. I was a runway model. Okay. Since I
Okay.
was like 16. Okay. I was recruited in Venezuela by an agency, and I was runway model, and I was actually going to Italy when I was 19. I went to a casting to go to Italy to do runway in Paris. I was not choose to do that, okay, because I was too short.
Yeah.
I
What?
was
What?
not skinny enough. I was super skinny. Then I was going to the beauty contest. Okay, I was also in beauty contest, and I go to some beauty contests that I made it, but the biggest one I was not even considered to that because I was not beautiful enough. Okay, And then I was in my modeling career. I was also doing like TV commercials and stuff. Like that was the biggest fail of my life, was being a model. I was rejected in any way that you can. I was not good enough. I was not beautiful enough. My voice was too annoying to be a host. That's another one. Like my voice is I don't have this like hostess voice that people like have on TV. And I was not tall enough and I was not skinny enough. That actually makes me more strong, because I was like, hey girl, this is not your path. Okay. I was in college. Really, what you want to do is to make a business. Just use your brain. Okay. And let's get it done. So that's exactly what I did. So some people think that I feel that I am beautiful and blonde and skinny. Really, I know, because I have been rejected many times, that I'm not the most beautiful and the most skinny or like whatever. Okay, like I don't feel that way. Okay,
Right.
and that's why some people that knows me know how humble I am, because I don't feel that way. I just feel like my brain is actually my superpower. Okay, and the way I take action to things. Okay, and even though if I don't feel secure and I don't feel the best doing this, and I don't feel I'm the smartest person in the room, which I shouldn't be. You never want to be the smartest person in the room. Okay.
Right.
You anyway go. Okay, go for it.
So all of that to say, most people are getting wrong about you, the fact that you've built everything regardless of how you look externally, from the ground up, right? No handouts. You know, like you said, mom and dad were living pretty much paycheck to paycheck, and you got it out the mud, right?
I built everything from zero, and I had to. Every time you move to a new country, you are a new person. It's like I moved from Venezuela, and in Venezuela I was in the cover of the magazine. I was one of the entrepreneurs, okay, the youngest entrepreneur in the country. I moved to Panama and I started a new company. I'm nobody in Panama. I had to start from zero. I start meeting people again, blah blah blah. Then I moved to the US, and in Panama I was talking to the president. I actually opened the Twitter account for one of the former presidents
Oh,
in
no way. Really? What? What?
I was like, you don't have a Twitter account? I was like, no. Okay, let me open one for you.
Wow.
Yeah, his Twitter account. So I had a very good connections that I built from zero in Panama. Okay. I had incredible friends right now that I still have in Panama. My network of people was way bigger than probably someone that is from Panama. But I did that from zero. Okay. And then I moved to the US, and I was just someone that barely speak the language because my accent is so strong. And I had to start from zero again. And my husband and I started a production company at that point. Okay. And then when I came to Multifamily, I started from zero again. I had no background in real estate. I had no friends, okay, in real estate. I had no rich friends to fund my deals.
Right.
Every time I think that and I have no fear to do that, because I think that the worst that can happen is that you don't try.
Yeah. So how do you manage the negativity in your life, right? Like, I think people have certain assumptions about you that may or may not be correct, right? Like, how do you manage the negativity that could be swirling around you?
Can I tell you something? I'm going to tell you something that nobody knows.
Okay. Whoa.
When I was born, I lost the ability to hear on this side of my ear. Like,
Really?
this is 100% true. I'm deaf from this side. Okay. So if and that's something else that people takes wrong about me. Like if we are in an event or we're in a conference and you're on this side of my, you're on this side and you start talking to me, and then I'm not hear what you're saying because I'm dead here, this side.
I
So
have no
people
idea.
think that I'm ignoring you, but it's actually I'm dead on this.
Okay, so that's your right side?
That's my left side.
Left
Okay.
side. Okay. So if you're
So
listening and you're trying to talk to Vanessa at a conference, make sure that you're coming from her
you have
right
people
side.
like this, like, hey, I'm talking to you. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm so sorry. But this is the thing, okay? For a long time, it has been really like, it makes me feel down like I have a disability because I can hear on this side for many, many years. At one point, I wake up in my life and I was like, listen, okay, this is actually something that you can take advantage of. So I learned, okay, to use my deaf side for the negative people in my life too. Okay. And just for putting in that side the people that just spread negativity in my life. And sometimes when I don't want to listen to my husband, I also told him to move to my side. But please talk to me on my left side.
Yeah, come over here. Let me just turn my head real quick,
And
right?
then like that's it.
It gives a whole new meaning to like in one ear and out the other, right?
The optional selection it is hard, but I have to do that and just like put the people on that side.
Yeah, just block them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean
there's a
that's
lot of negativity.
there is, especially somebody on a pedestal, right? Like not on a pedestal, but somebody who has the influence that you have, right? Like it's just part of the game. And I'm not there currently. I have a few followers on Instagram, so my comment section and my brand is usually okay, but I am worried about what happens when we start getting a little bit bigger. What's
Listen,
that?
I am 100%. I appreciate everybody that is on my Instagram. Everyone on my Instagram. Okay. But I am probably a micro celebrity. Okay. Kim Kardashian has way more than me. You cannot compare. You cannot compare with other people. Because if you compare with other people, you're disregarding the value of the people that you have. Think
Yeah.
about it. We're just here to offer value. I mean, I feel extremely grateful that I have whatever, okay, 10,000 people following me because I give value to that 10,000 or 1,000 or 100 people, even if it's your mom.
My mom doesn't
You
even follow
have
me.
a lot of followers and you're doing great. I love your podcast and
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'm a work in progress, and I know that. I am continually getting better, and I'm very proud of where I'm at currently. But what do you have to say? Like, if you just had one statement, like look in the camera right now, and you tell the haters exactly what they can do, what would you say to them?
I love you.
There you go. Well, that's perfect. That's perfect. What do you wish more people knew about you?
How honest you want me to be?
I mean, I would appreciate all the honesty.
Mm, um, I will like for me the people that is around me, okay, that I consider my partners or my family or my friends, I will go to hell and come back for everybody. Like I will, if you're in my circle, okay,
Mhm.
I will fight for you. I will protect you like until the end. Okay. Whatever does that mean? I'm very, very loyal person. Okay. But if you damage someone around me, okay, then you will be in trouble.
Oh no. All right. So
Oh, goodness.
what does that mean? What is being in trouble with Vanessa? What does that mean?
Oh, my Latina can come out like,
Is that
okay,
like
and
showing throwing
confront me really, really strong. I have no problem to confront people. Okay.
yeah,
If you
that's
do
good.
something to me personally, which I'm going to rephrase that because Tony Robbins says, life happened for you and not to you.
Not to you, yeah.
So nobody can do something to me. They do something, okay, and it's happened for a reason. So every time I feel that someone is doing something to me, okay, I am like, this is not to me, okay, this is for a reason. And most of the time, the reason is that it's not the right person to have around. It's not the right person. It's not the right person for me to go to hell and come back. It's
Right.
just like, and the other thing that actually Tony Robbins and talk about this a lot is how you can the only option that you have is to choose the right people, to have the right people around you. Just like choose your peers, the peers that you're going to have around you. That is actually the only option that you have, the real choice that you have in your life. Because depending on the people that you have around,
Yeah.
is how your life is going to become.
So what does it take to get into your circle, right? Like what
In my circle, you are
hey.
you are you are honest, you are sincere, right? Like you offer value to people, okay? I mean, you're doing your business, okay, and you're not here to damage anybody else. If I hear you talking bad about someone, that's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
If
So
you talk bad about someone else, you're going to talk bad about me at one point.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't like what people is getting in others people's business, because then you're busy about others people's life instead of being busy on your own life, in your own growth, in your own company.
That makes sense. Yeah. I try to stay in my lane, you know. Work towards it. I want to do a quick callback, right? Earlier you said that it was really hard for you to show your true self or, be vulnerable. And I'm curious why. Why is that? Real quick, guys, if you're enjoying the show and want to help us grow, share, shoot us a 5-star rating, and follow the show on Apple or Spotify. My goal is to continue to grow and get bigger and bigger guests on the show to reach more like-minded real estate investors and help everyone be more bold and build more wealth. Now, back to the show.
I think it's also part of my personality because I'm not an extroverted person as people think I am. Right? I can do it. I can go and talk to everybody, and people will think that I'm very extroverted, but it takes me time. I'm more introverted person. Okay, so it is also a way to be protected. Okay? That I know that I don't know if I'm too vulnerable. Okay, it's easy for me to deal with. But then I had a coach actually until last year, an amazing coach, and he would tell me that the reason I am not open is because I am a love bug. That's what he said to me. You're
A
a
lock,
love bug.
a
A love
lockbox.
no, a
Okay.
love bug.
Oh, a love bug. Oh,
Thank you for the translation. Thank
love
you.
bug. I got you.
That's what he said to me, and the people that is my, I really love them. Okay, and if you hate me, I will send you love. I will send you love. You are not going to be in my circle, but I'll send you love. And I just don't want someone to, that do something to me probably, or make me feel bad. I think everybody has this thing that you don't want to be here,
Right.
right? You don't want to be here. And I just don't want to be here. So I'm just like a little bit more close and selective with the people that I let into into my own house. Like even into my own house. Like I'm very selective with who I invite into my house. I mean, if I invite you to my house to come inside my house, and this is a sacred place and energy, I mean, it's a big deal for me, because I choose exactly who is gonna walk into that energy, that sacred energy that I have created around.
I love it. I love it. So you're really trying to, you value your inner peace and you're going to protect it at all costs, right? And if that means limiting how vulnerable you're showing in a public space, that's just what it is. That's what I'm hearing. Does that sum it up?
I've been very vulnerable with you, Trey.
Yeah, no, we've had a lot of conversations. Me and Vanessa, we used to work together. I was on her underwriting team. So we had a lot of calls talking about underwriting multifamily. And recently we were at the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within event. And I mean, this is actually a really good segue, right? Like, it's very clear that you live with absolute certainty, right? But some people might be off put by that confidence. What do you say to those people?
Yeah, when I met you in Vegas, do you remember I was with my daughter?
Yeah.
And she told me, Mom, your problem is that you're too confident, and people feel intimidated because of that, because you're too confident. I was like, that's not a problem. That's
Right.
not a problem. But I can get you how people can feel intimidated about that. But I'm not confident all the time. That's not something that, I mean, I'm not Tony Robbins. Even Tony Robbins tells you, and he does incantations every day. He works in his mind. Like, you have to do things to have that confidence build on you as well, and not to lose that. Okay. And I mean, I'm a woman, so like one day a month, I feel like really not confident at all.
Yeah, that's pretty
At
good.
least one day a month.
One day out of 30, that's better than me, I take
Well,
I take
just
it.
like you went to UPW, like incantations, like all of
Yeah.
these things that you can do 5 minutes every day. Okay. And I have
Yeah.
another one for you. Okay.
What's that?
Someone told me a few days ago, look at you in the mirror and say, I love you to your
Wow.
eyes.
That would probably, I don't know why, but that would be hard for me. I do not like, I see the value, right? Like I'm trying to get into like gratitude journaling because when I am feeling less confidence, it's so hard, like on the spot, to think of something to be grateful for. I don't know why. I don't know why my brain works that way. So, I'm trying to write these things down so I have access to them. So when I do feel myself slipping, I can pull out of this list. But it's in the same vein, right? Like telling yourself that you love yourself in the mirror specifically. Whew,
I
man.
know it is hard for everybody. It is hard for me too. But how amazing is that you can say I love you to your wife, to your husband, to your kids. You can look in their eyes and you will say I love you, and you can feel this love.
Yeah.
But you look at yourself in the mirror and you cannot say I love you, and you don't feel this love for yourself. We are entitled human beings because we take for granted
So
one of the
much.
most important things, which is like our life. It's like we're breathing. Just the fact that we're breathing right now.
Yeah.
We take that for granted. And yesterday I saw a message of one of my investors. He just passed away like all of a sudden.
I'm
And
sorry to hear that.
yes, and it gives you like a walking call. You wake up every day. Okay, you don't laugh. yourself, not even as much as you love your kids, okay? If you don't have that appreciation for the life that God of the universe gave you, I don't think you can definitely how you can have confidence to achieve what you want to achieve, okay, and
Yeah.
all that success. And at the end, what is success for you? Success is defined for everybody in a different way.
Different, slightly differently. Let me ask you a question, Vanessa. When you look into the mirror, are you proud of the person that you see?
I am like, girl, you're getting old. You're gonna get
Don't, no,
this
no.
week, but I'm super happy. You're beautiful. You're smart. You have like be appreciative. Like your kids are awesome. Today is gonna be an awesome day, and it doesn't matter everything else. And yes, I am. I am very proud. Probably I'm not in the place that I wanted to be when I was at this age. But I am really far of what I was. I When I was 20, I never ever ever imagined that I was gonna be in this place.
Yeah.
So I am super proud. I'm gonna be Elon Musk one day.
A what?
Elon Musk.
Ella Moss?
Thank you. Another translation.
Okay. That's a
Who is the owner of Tesla?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Thank
There you
you.
go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my question is, am I going to be Elon Musk? No, that's a no. I'm not even shooting for that star. But it doesn't matter. I don't want to be Elon Musk. I
Yeah.
just want to be the best version of Vanessa that I could be. And that include being the best syndicator that I can, and the best mom that I can, and the best wife that I can, and the best friend that I can. Okay. Listen, I'll do many things in my house. Okay. I don't even took my Christmas tree. I didn't took my Christmas tree apart. Okay.
What?
But if you have this happened with my friend, and she told me, I'm so busy, I still have my Christmas tree. Okay. In my house. I was like, I will go there with you and I will help you to take that Christmas tree out. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what that's what I want to be. I want to be the best friend that I can be to my friends, and the best friend to my kids, and the best mom. That's what is important to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're doing a great job. So,
Thank you.
yeah, totally. So I want to kind of pivot here real quick, right? Because you used to live in LA, and based off of the connections that you spoke, like you set up the Twitter account for a president of a country. That's insane. So I'm curious, when you were in LA, what is one of your favorite memories from that time?
Well, yeah, I live in Beverly Hills for many years. Okay, and it's a very interesting place to be, even LA. Okay, you see so many broke people in LA that has like super expensive cars that you have no idea. And people is
Yeah.
broke, like they barely have money to pay the rent. Okay, and they're driving a super fancy car and dressing Gucci and Chanel. It's great. You will also see a lot of real money in Beverly Hills and in LA, like crazy, crazy money. I have pretty good memories. So one of the things that my husband misses is all the events that we were invited to. Like we used to go to the Oscar events, Oscar
You were in
party.
the Oscars and all the parties?
No,
Wow.
I have never been in the Oscars, but we used to go every year to the one of the Oscar parties.
Okay. So you just up chilling up in the Hollywood Hills with all famous people.
Seeing
Yeah.
celebrities and all that thing is pretty amazing.
Can we talk about how the roads in the Hollywood Hills are terrible? It it kills me. When I used to live there, driving through the Hollywood Hills sucked.
Yeah, it's awful. We used to live in Beverly Hills, So you will see the roads in Beverly Hills, and then it completely change after it's Beverly Hills, and you see the line. It's a very smooth road, and then you go to LA, and it's terrible.
Yeah, the mid cities. Yeah, I believe that.
LA in general.
Beverly Hills is just a whole like different. It's just crazy out there. It's just I've never felt poor really, except for when I'm in Beverly Hills. Because it just like screams at you. So I'm curious, who's the most famous person in your phone?
um, Kid Rock.
Kid Rock? That's the most famous person in your phone? Damn, man, come on. We can do better. All right. I don't want to put your business out there, but I did hear that you used to date somebody that a lot of people know.
Yeah, who told you that?
I can't tell you who told me. You know this person very well, though.
I don't have his phone number anymore.
Oh,
so
that doesn't count then.
he doesn't count. But I don't have, and I don't have the phone numbers. I mean, I know so many phone numbers of famous people, but that person.
I don't want to say. I don't want to put your business out there. But think of an A-list celebrity, and then
say it's not a secret. Okay?
It's not a secret. Okay.
It's
Well,
not a secret.
For everybody listening, like Vanessa used to date freaking Jake Gyllenhaal of all people. Like, holy cow. So how about this? Who's the most famous person that if you saw them walking down the street and they saw you, they'd be like, "Oh, hey, Vanessa, great to see you."
I would say the former president of Panama. Okay, you want to go to the person that I was dating, right?
I mean, I'm sure people would love to hear about that.
It was Ryan Gosling.
Oh, it's right. It was Ryan Gosling. Oh my gosh,
Ryan Gosling.
He's up there, man. That's
with Ryan Gosling, but I don't have his phone number anymore. He's no.
Isn't that crazy?
It was a few years ago, but he's a very nice guy, very gentleman. Okay. Very gentleman. He, if you have seen The Notebook, and you see him acting in The Notebook, like he's really like that. He's really like that, like romantic and super, and yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like I'm outside of my lane, but if you're listening to this podcast and you want Vanessa to come and talk about her love life in LA, you should definitely invite her because I don't know what the hell to ask. This feel like TMZ. My last question for you, right? Like you used to ride around that minivan like crazy, but now you got the G-Wagon. So I'm curious, do you still have the minivan or did you get rid of it?
I do. I love my minivan. I love my minivan. I mean, I have 4 small kids, and then there is always a friend that is jumping in. Like, I literally have a portable bathroom in my minivan for the kids. I know it may sound disgusting, but
interesting. Is that like a cooler?
That's because you need it if you have small kids, and then suddenly you're driving
and they gotta go.
You're in the middle of somewhere, like they have to go.
Vanessa, I have literally never heard of a bathroom inside of a minivan. Okay, that's crazy.
This is how cool it can be. Like you can have like food, you can have like a mini fridge in the minivan. You can have a portable bathroom for the kids. You have a space for everything. It's awesome. But my G-Wagon, I love my G-Wagon. I drive the G-Wagon for business, and I drive the G-Wagon when I'm by myself. But I got that as a gift from my husband, which, he is a car guy and he loves buying cars. Okay.
Why did he like? I mean, that's a hell of a gift, man. Listen, hold on, real quick. Vanessa's husband, if you're listening, I like G-Wagons too, and me and Vanessa are like basically siblings, so you can just send one over.
So my husband, he loves to buy cars. So and he is in production for car manufacturers. Okay, so this is the thing: the manufacturers actually send us a new car every week. Every week, someone comes here, drop off a car, leave it here for a week, a new car. And then they come back, they take the car, and they leave the other one, the second one. Like every single week. They have been doing this for like probably 8 years since we opened the production company.
Wow.
So this is the like in Beverly Hills, we used to get like Lamborghinis, like first look, like the new cars, it will come to our house first. You name it, Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, Ferrari, like BMW. Now we are in Houston, okay? We don't get Lamborghinis anymore. We get pickup trucks and other type of cars. Okay? But anyhow, every week we have a new car. But he loved to buy cars because he's a car guy. So we have a Porsche type Carrera. We have a Ferrari 360 Modena. And we have the one that I really like is a Ferrari FF.
Oh, the hatchback one?
Yes.
Oh man,
and it's electric blue. And that car, the other cars are manual, and I don't like to drive stick. So this Ferrari, okay, is not manual, and I love it. But he feels that I'm not the best driver, which I totally agree with that. So he's super scared that I drive his Ferrari. Okay. So one day he went traveling. Jacob, Trey. I know you're Trey.
Trey Jacobs. It's close.
You know why I say Jacob?
It's okay.
So 1 week he went and traveled. Okay. And I said, listen, just so that I was using your the FF. Okay. And he was like, okay, what do you do with the car? Okay. Did you do like, because he knows that sometimes like I hit something and the rings
scratch the rims. Yeah.
And he's like super scared about that. And he was like, did you do something to the rims? And I was like, I probably did like a little tiny scratch.
No.
Very tiny. But like I was going to a business meeting. I didn't want to drive my minivan with a portable bathroom in there. I was like, what is this? And who are you, Vanessa? So I had to use the Ferrari. And he was in Italy. And I made him suffer for like 4 days. Like he was thinking that he was going to come back and see his Ferrari crash. And he was sweating. And then he came back and he said, what is the scratch? And I was like, listen, there is no scratch. I did not use the car. Okay. But I wanted you to embody what it will feel if I use the car. And I really need a second car because I'm not going to keep driving only my minivan. And he was like, okay, yeah, I will get you my car. And this is the coolest part, right? The coolest part is that we found a very smart way to buy a car, okay? Because I really need it for business. So what we decided is like, let's get a car that can be on the 179 rule. That's rule. You know what's that?
The 6,000 pounds or heavier and you can write it off.
So that's what so he was going to get the Range Rover, okay? Mm-hmm. And then he took me there and was like, I really like the Jeep. And he bought me the G-Wagon in December. I think just because he doesn't want me to drive
the Ferrari. Well, I mean, you win. Like you can drive the Ferraris, right? Like I'm pretty sure in the household there's one boss and it's not your husband, right? So if you want to no, if you want to drive the Ferrari, you can drive the Ferrari.
Okay, he's not allowed to listen to this podcast. He definitely is made. I always tell my husband, listen, it doesn't matter how much money I make. You are the boss. You pay for everything.
That's okay. So maybe he does call the shots in the house. But you know what? You got a G-Wagon. So congratulations. It looks sweet. I mean, I'll get a G-Wagon eventually. Well, I don't need a G-Wagon. You
have a very cool car.
I mean, it's okay. It's not a Ferrari, but it's an all right. It works for me.
It took my husband probably until his 40s, probably more, in order for him to start buying cars that he like. Okay. So have grace with yourself. It's just not like, he's not a trust baby either. But we build this company, his company, we build that together from zero.
Yeah. I mean,
And the first check that he got, like, that he was making money, he actually went and spent it for Porsche, the Porsche Carrera.
see, I wouldn't even want one of those cars. I'm too big. I'm just too big. I wouldn't fit. So I'm good. You know,
That car is so terrible. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't like to drive it. Okay. It's so uncomfortable, and it's not even nice to drive that car.
Interesting. That's what Venus said about her Porsche too. So that's very interesting.
I don't like Porsches. I like the Ferrari.
Yeah.
Not the Porsche. My G-Wagon. My G-Wagon is awesome. I am an SUV girl.
Same. Well, I'm an SUV guy. I'll be an SUV girl just for you. Vanessa, wrapping up, is there anything else that you wanted to say? Any last words?
Just thank you for having me here. And it was awesome to see you walking on fire.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Tony Robbins callback. So if you guys haven't been to a Tony Robbins event, you do walk on fire. So that's cool. Yeah. Vanessa, where can the people find you?
Oh, well, they can find me in every social media, in our website, venuspartners.com, LunaX.AI, which is my other company, on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
All the places. All right. We'll drop everything in the description. Vanessa, thank you so much for spending this time with me. Listeners, appreciate you being here. I'm Trey Jacobs. This is Vanessa Alfaro. We're out. I'll see you next time. Peace.